Have you ever lost something so precious that you thought you'd never find it again? Maybe you lost a favorite toy. Maybe you lost a special gift. Maybe you lost a pet. That feeling of loss is heavy. It makes you sad. It makes you want to cry. Now imagine losing a child. Imagine thinking your son was dead for over 20 years. Imagine grieving every single day. That's how Jacob felt. But one day, everything changed. This is the story of a father who thought his son was dead, and the day he found out he was alive. Let's get into it. So here's where we are. Joseph has just revealed himself to his brothers. He has forgiven them. He has wept with them. And now, he has a message for them. Joseph says, "Hurry. Go back to my father and tell him, your son Joseph says, God has made me Lord of all Egypt. Come down to me. Don't delay." Joseph is not just inviting his family, he's saving them. The famine is still going to last 5 more years. If they stay in Canaan, they will starve. So Joseph sends his brothers back with wagons, with food, with provisions for the journey. He gives them new clothes. He gives Benjamin 300 pieces of silver. He gives his brothers gifts, and he says to them, "Don't quarrel on the way. Don't quarrel. Don't blame each other. Don't say, 'It was your fault.' Don't say, 'It was my fault.' Just go and bring my father." The brothers leave. They travel back to Canaan. Their hearts are full. Their minds are spinning. Can this really be true? Is Joseph really alive? They arrive home. They go to their father Jacob. They say, "Father, Joseph is still alive. He is the ruler of all Egypt." Jacob freezes. His face goes pale. He can't believe it. His heart faints. He has grieved for 20 years. He has mourned. He has wept. And now, his sons are telling him that Joseph is alive. It seems impossible. It seems too good to be true. But then they show him the wagons. They show him the gifts. They tell him everything Joseph said. And the Bible says, when he saw the wagons Joseph had sent to carry him, the spirit of their father Jacob revived. Jacob's heart, which had been dead with grief, suddenly came back to life. He says, "I'm convinced. My son Joseph is still alive. I will go and see him before I die." Can you imagine his joy? Can you imagine the tears streaming down his face? Can you imagine him running to his sons and hugging them? "I'm going to see Joseph. My son Joseph, he's alive." So Jacob packs everything. All his family, all his animals, all his possessions, 70 people in all, the Bible says. His sons, his daughters, his grandchildren. And they travel to Egypt. It's a long journey. But Jacob doesn't complain. He's going to see his son. When they reach Beersheba, Jacob stops. He offers sacrifices to God. He worships. He thanks God for bringing them this far. And God speaks to him. "Do not be afraid to go down to Egypt, for I will make you into a great nation there. I will go down to Egypt with you, and I will surely bring you back again." God is promising Jacob the same thing he promised Abraham. "I will make you a great nation. I will be with you. I will bring you back." So Jacob continues his journey. He travels to Egypt. He is about to see his son. The Bible says, Jacob sent Judah ahead to Joseph to get directions to Goshen. Joseph prepares for his father's arrival. He gets into his chariot. He rides out to meet Jacob. And then they see each other. Joseph, the son who was sold into slavery. The son who was thrown into a pit. The son who was falsely accused. The son who was forgotten in prison. The son who became the ruler of Egypt. And Jacob, the father who thought his son was dead. The father who grieved for 20 years. The father who never stopped loving his son. The Bible says, Joseph had his chariot made ready and went to Goshen to meet his father Israel. As soon as Joseph appeared before him, he threw his arms around his father and wept for a long time. Do you see that? Joseph threw his arms around his father and wept for a long time. 20 years of grief, 20 years of tears, 20 years of longing, all of it poured out in that embrace. And Jacob says, "Now I can die, since I have seen your face and know that you are still alive." Jacob had been ready to die, he said. "I will go to my grave mourning for my son." But now he has seen Joseph's face, and he is ready to die in peace. This is the most beautiful reunion in the whole Bible. So what can we learn from this story? Let me give you a few things. First, God's promises always come true. Jacob thought Joseph was dead. He had lost hope, but God had a plan. God never forgot Joseph. And God never forgot Jacob. God keeps his promises. Second, reconciliation is powerful. Joseph forgave his brothers. Jacob embraced his son. The family was restored. Broken relationships can be healed. Third, grief can be replaced with joy. Jacob grieved for 20 years. But his grief was turned to joy. Joy comes in the morning. Fourth, God's timing is perfect. It took 20 years, but God's timing was perfect. Joseph needed to be in the right place at the right time. God was working the whole time. Fifth, family is precious. Jacob and Joseph were reunited. They embraced. They wept. Family is a gift from God. Treasure your family. And here's the most beautiful part. This story points to Jesus. Jacob was separated from his son for 20 years. We are separated from God because of sin. Joseph was sent ahead to save his family. Jesus was sent to save the world. Joseph's brothers didn't recognize him at first. Many people don't recognize Jesus. Joseph revealed himself and forgave his brothers. Jesus reveals himself to us and forgives us. Joseph brought his family to Egypt to save them. Jesus brings us to the Father to save us. Jacob saw Joseph and was comforted. Jesus says, "Whoever sees me sees the Father." And one day, we will see Jesus face to face. We will embrace him. We will be home. So the next time you feel lost, the next time you think God has forgotten you, the next time you grieve, remember Jacob, remember Joseph, remember the reunion. God hasn't forgotten you. He's working. And one day, you will see his face. What an amazing story, Wonder Explorer. A father who thought his son was dead, a son who was alive and ruling Egypt, and a reunion that made them weep. Next time, we're going to begin a new story. After Joseph and his family settle in Egypt, a new king comes to power. A king who didn't know Joseph, a king who enslaves God's people. The story of Moses is about to begin. You do not want to miss it. So here's my ask. If you've made it this far, you're loving these stories, don't miss the next one. Hit that subscribe button right now. Tap the bell too. That way, every new story comes straight to you. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Share it with your friends. They need to hear these stories too. Let's keep walking through the Bible together. From Joseph's chariot all the way to the cross. Here's the verse that sums up this whole story. Joseph threw his arms around his father and wept for a long time. Genesis chapter 46 verse 29. And here's the good news for us. Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning. Psalm 30, verse 5. See you next time, Wonder Explorer. And remember, God can restore what was lost. He can turn your grief into joy, just like he did for Jacob.